One of our immediate goals is to continue on the hard work of our predecessors, Jose Alvarez and Benedict Kingsbury, in ensuring that the journal is published on time. And they've made great progress during their tenure as editors-in-chief towards that goal, and we intend to complete that progress and in the near future have the journal publish in the month that's listed on the issue of the journal. And we think that will have many advantages, one of which is it makes the journal an even more attractive place to publish in, knowing that your article or essay will come out in a very timely way. And so we're taking a variety of steps with Cambridge Press to ensure that this happens. Another immediate goal that Larry and I have is to try to broaden the pool of submissions that we're receiving. And so we're doing a lot of outreach to remind people of the many benefits of publishing with the American Journal of International Law, and highlighting the different types of content that we're looking for so that authors in the US and around the world are thinking about the journal when they're working on their papers, and so that we see a broad array of manuscripts and we can choose from those manuscripts and have a lot of content in the journal. And I think we'll be really emphasizing that outreach for the journal in the coming years in which we're editors-in-chief. One more long-term issue, and maybe Larry has thoughts about this because we're going to start exploring it with our board, is to try to get a better sense as editors-in-chief of how the journal is read in this day and age, when obviously people consume information differently than they might have in the past. And as part of that, trying to think about the optimal allocation of the print elements of our journal and the online elements. One of the big successes in recent years of the journal has been its online companion, Agile Unbound, and there might be ways to continue utilizing that online component in ways that we're not currently doing. And maybe that would involve some rethinking of precisely what we're offering in the print version versus the online components to make sure that both versions are meeting the needs and interests of our readers. And so we're going to be studying that issue pretty closely with our board in the coming years.
I would just add two things, just first picking up where Kurt left off. I think it is important to think about how the online and print components relate to each other. There are a number of ways in which they really are integrated. I mentioned before the symposia around online around a lead article in the print journal. Another way in which that's happening is First View. So Cambridge has made it possible for lead articles and other content in the journal to appear online before they appear in the print edition, if they are ready. So again, that kind of is already blurring the boundaries between the two, and I think there will be other opportunities for synergies, particularly to the extent we're trying to respond to a very fast changing world in which things that are relevant to international law institutions can come up very quickly and would benefit from the kind of wisdom and insight that the American Society of International Law can bring to bear on these sorts of topics. The other thing I would say specifically to American authors, there's a very distinctive way in which U.S. legal scholarship gets produced and published because we have a very long tradition in U.S. law schools of student-edited law reviews and the possibility for submitting to multiple journals at the same time. That's quite a surprise to our colleagues outside of the United States, and indeed to our colleagues in the United States outside of law. And one of the things Kurt and I would like to be able to do is we're aware of the pressures that can produce and the challenges for a peer-reviewed journal like Agile, but we're committed to trying whenever we can, whenever reasonably possible, to working with authors within an expedited time frame so that we can review manuscripts and be competitive with the top American law journals in the field for pieces that relate to international law or foreign relations law.
And one other thing I might add is one of the most enjoyable aspects of becoming the editor-in-chief that I'm looking forward to is working with Larry. Larry and I are colleagues at Duke. Our offices are next to each other. I think we complement each other very well. This is a challenging service to help lead the journal, but because we work together so well, I think it's going to be fun. And I think our ability to brainstorm between the two of us, I think will be more than the sum of its parts, and so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I agree completely.